What's happening, all you tactato chips and silly sallies? It's your boy Metal coming to you for a Schizo Sunday Live. Stand by. What's happening, folks? It's your boy Metal and Tacticat coming in here just to have some fun and yeah, just shoot the breeze and do a little schizo if I can. Got nothing prepared or anything like that, and neither does Tacticat, neither does Charmy. She's just chilling, hanging out. Uh, the missus Leanne's over next door in her office doing the nails and such. So yeah, let me address the chat here as the OTC steps in. ACR, good to see you, brother. Justin Lark, always my friend. Sir Bobbert Hamathy, the Candy Pip, good to see you. Billy, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And yeah, just jumping in here and going for it. So got the Tacticat, threw on the headphones. I don't know why, because I don't need them. Just do it out of habit, I guess, from doing the podcast. But it's going to be a one beer live. But I only have 12 ounces at the ready right here, so I just grabbed two because I could. The first one, I am just choking down to get rid of it. Andrew would agree with me. It's not the best. It's supposed to be a pilsner, but it's not really a pilsner. It's take it or leave it, and I could definitely leave it. The second one is going to be a better one, and I really like that one. KP, good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining in, and congratulations on the new little tool to your toolbox, so to speak. Good on you, brother. So the beverage of now is the Warsteiner. It is supposed to be a German Pilsner. It's only weighing in at like 4.8%. Nothing fantastical, just a German Pilsner. And here I have two beers, and judging by how everybody else's lives are going today, they'll probably like shut me down and I'll have to start over again and shut me down and start over. So whatever. I know our good friend to this channel and a few of yours, EDC. John was trying to do his live and it kept getting shut down, probably because he had stuff on the wall behind him and they're getting their butt cheeks really freaking tight about that stuff. So I don't have anything back there like that. Everything's hidden and covered up, especially with the wedding dress hanging here, just a couple swords, Bowie knife, and an axe behind me. So not like there's anything to make anybody, get up in their feels or get their butt cheeks tight about. You guys are going to be seeing a little bit different decoration here in the next few weeks. So be on the lookout when I'm doing lives and stuff. You're going to be seeing a little bit different layout to this arm. If you know, you know. So anyway, gonna jump into this here. Kenny Corso, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. I'm doing the Warsteiner German Pilsner. Not a heavyweight. It's only like 4.8%. Nothing fantastical. Not going nuts. Got a bunch of chores done here today. She's over doing her nails. I said, I'm going to do this, have a couple beers, and shoot the breeze with the YouTube world. Maybe get a little schizo today. I'm not sure. But yeah, just figure I'd start out with a nice one, nice light one that's probably not very nice, but it is light. So, skull. I like German beers. There's a lot of them that are really good. That is not one of them. That is definitely not one of them. If ACR wasn't busy doing his 1,000 Angry Tugs, he could tell you that is not one of the good ones. The second one, double thumbs up, double metal. Awesome beer. Awesome beer. This one, not a huge fan. So bring you guys up to speed here. Had the did the live with my brother from another mother, DJ the Metalhead Mercenary. Great friend of mine. Had some fun with that. Talked a lot about camo and cool stuff. Just killing some time shooting the breeze, couple buddies, having a beer and shooting the stuff. Um, right after that, I started having some issues with like I've had issues with kidney stones for years. Started having issues. Some of you guys know this stuff already, some of you don't. Um, I've been hit with like kidney stones and issues for like the last like couple weeks here. Um, to the point that I was not functioning well. It was terrible. Uh, Not a matter of passing stones. I'm a veteran with all that. Drinking all the juices, excuse me, man, that thing's got some burps in it. Um, Taking all the supplements, doing all the things, drinking the juices, taking the prescription stuff, all that. Been through all that. Well versed in all of it. However, the normal stuff was not affecting it. Hello, little one. Tacticat's down here being a Tacticat and just love me, love me. Jacob 2A, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. So it was kind of one of those situations. The usual suspects were not helping, so I ended up getting on a treatment protocol. It's a holistic, like natural treatment versus all the other stuff that I had done, and yeah, that stuff is working bomb diggity. Day one, within a half hour after taking it, I felt relief to the point I fell asleep because anybody who's been in serious pain, they know that whenever you get the relief from that pain, you crash out because you've been fighting that pain all this time. Especially anyone who's been through surgeries, been through ailments and illnesses and stuff, you get it. I was just, I was still working. I didn't miss any work. I was just rangering up and getting through it. Um, yeah, it was not freaking fun, but I'd basically come home and crash out. It's been a heck of a process so far, but today is marks 1 week since I've been on the treatment, and I'm here to tell you that stuff is it is amazing. Um, it's detoxifying a lot of stuff and helping to repair any damage done by the kidney stones and the toxins, and I am thoroughly impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. And what's kind of cool, cool for Fat Boy, is the fact that this stuff is fat soluble, not water soluble or anything like that. To get to the molecular level it has to affect the nephrons in your kidneys, it is fat soluble. So one of the recommended things with it is to eat foods that are like fried, high fatty kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe not be the healthiest stuff in the world, but here for a little while, I can enjoy some like fried cheese curds, some French fries, and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting that deep fatty stuff, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Just gonna say, but I'm not gonna stay on it because I'm losing weight and I'm getting back in shape and stuff, and I don't want to impede that by just porking out, so to speak. So, yeah, stones are not fun. They're not fun. I was also told to drink a lot of beer to pass kidney stones, especially like Keystone Ice because it makes everything smooth, which it does not. Um, but yeah, I was finding that was not helping me. Um, I'm I'm happy that this treatment is working great, and I look forward to actually being able to drink iced tea again, at least in small amounts. Um, I was talking with somebody. I can't remember who it was. I've talked with a lot of somebodies about this same thing. But blackberry Jack Daniels or blackberry Crown or blackberry Bird Dog in iced tea. I freaking love that as one of my summer drinks, and I have not had it in many years. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And I have to do the blackberry brandy and lemonade. I still have to do that. They've rearranged our state store again, so everything's kind of out of whack and off kilter. Don't like can't flow through it and grab the stuff I need in GTFO anymore. So, but anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day, a great weekend. Um, Anything fried in bacon grease, yeah, yeah, bacon grease is amazing, but bacon's actually rather amazing. But I've cut out pork in my diet, something that's helped me kind of like detox and get rid of a lot of junk in my insides. Stopped eating pork stuff altogether. I know it's going to sound un-American, but I switched from regular bacon over to turkey bacon for my fitness and health journey, just to see what happens whenever I cut out all pork. So I have done that, and so Tacticat, she's just going to keep jumping up and down here. So yeah, she loves her dad. What can I say? So I know that EDC was trying to do his lives, and he kept getting kneecapped by the old overlord algorithm here. I saw Raging Bullets went live, probably ended up and having to restart. Y'all saw what happened whenever Covert Breakout and I were doing the Smoker live here a few weeks ago, how it just kept cutting us and killing us and kneecapping us. We figured out how to just restart and keep things going, but it's a pain in the butt, especially like you can do it on one of these and just basically for any content creator, hit that plus to like you're going to start a new one and it'll ask if you want to resume. You can resume. So just so you're aware, um, you cannot, little girl, you cannot climb on the laptop. No, sweet girl. No. You know you're getting a talking to. You know. She knows she's getting a talking to. And she hooks her feet around my cord as I traumatize my cat. Twin Gen, what is up, brother? If y'all are not subscribed to Twin Gen, make sure you're doing so post haste. Twin Gen is the man. Twin Gen is Unk, man. Love Twin Gen. Great, great man right there. But yeah, make sure if you're in the middle of a live and you're on one of these devices doing so. As some of us do. Make sure you hit that plus on the when you're in the YouTube and to go to create something, hit the plus and then you can resume your live. They were kneecapping Covert Breakout and I the other week doing that. On here, I have not figured out how to redo it from my studio in Riverside to be able to jump back in, but doesn't mean I can't. So just saying, we may have to roll because the algorithmic overlords are playing a game today. And they can go ahead and you are quite welcome, Twin Gen. Quite welcome, brother. Um, yeah, they're playing definitely playing the game today. So let's just try to cuck these algorithm overlords as much as we can. And if you're in the chat, double tap the screen, find the little three dots up in the top corner there. You know, I think it'd be up here in the top corner. Those three dots that come down. Hit that for giving one of these things, or just make sure you subscribe, share the channel, do all the things. Watchman, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, here today, just having a Warsteiner German Pilsner, nothing fantastical, just a beer I'm trying to get rid of because I'm not going to let it go to waste and just sit there and pawn it off on somebody because I don't do that. If something's boo, I'm going to drink it anyway and just get rid of it. That way I don't offer it to one of my guests. I'm not that kind of person. I like people that come and visit me, so I'm not going to give them a terrible beer. I'm just going to drink it, complain about it, and move on. So are most people believe Watchmen? I I need to break out the the mask to go full schizo, I'm sure. But oh for sure, Twin Jen. Um I think it was. I think it was. It had too many vibes of staged. There was a lot going on that before it even began, whenever people were giving like interviews and stuff, just like little quick interviews before it began as they're going in and so on and so forth. Um, there was just kind of like a tip off in a way. There were a lot of like weird hand motions and like gestures and stuff like that before that it supposedly went down. Um, I think it's interesting. There was a lot of things that happened in Butler too that were like tip offs and signs and like cues. Um, there are different things we do whenever you're in a production environment, whenever you're dealing with other people and doing a show or something like that. There are cues to do this, cues to do that, cues to say this, teleprompters, so on and so forth. There was a lot of things that happened in Butler that happened in this situation and everything else that are like, is that is that a cue? Because who's doing the kind of shit, looking like an air traffic controller, like the mentalist, which is of the occult, with the Christian man, the guy who's the biggest Christian Zionist that ever Christian Zionists or whatever. So you have a mentalist come to the correspondence dinner who's doing entertaining in the middle of doing a enchantment or something, and old Mrs. She's sitting there and it's like has this terrified look. Is meanwhile is right next to her, and he had something written on that piece of paper, and I don't know what it said. I couldn't like I zoomed in and I tried to re-render it and stuff like that, and I couldn't read clearly what it was saying. Like, what does it say? And I'm waiting for some internet sleuth to be able to actually render it so you can actually read it. But it's just weird. It's just like everything is fake and gay. Why does everything have to be fake and gay? You are correct, Watchman. The ballroom. I'm glad you said it that way too and typed it out that way, because when you say ballroom versus ballroom, there is a distinction. And yeah, I mean, for them to be doing what they're doing right out in the open like this, it takes a lot of ballroom in the front of their underwear, because this is like blatant. Anymore, it's becoming blatant. I've gone into the whole ball room, and I've looked at the construction, looking at the architecture, and there's a lot of nods to Solomon's Temple. Um, I'm like, this just doesn't it's not giving me good vibes. It's not feeling good. And then you think about it and all the other things that have gone on in we'll just say the conspiracy world. There's been a lot of reference to that guy, the BAAL dude. I think they're like maybe it's a double, both male and female. I don't know. I'm not trying to go there with it. Pilgrim, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. And there, if you study the little g gods throughout history, through different cultures, you'll find a lot of reference with and homage and effigies and stuff like that, playing to Apollo and Apollyon, especially within the current POTUS's homes, his construction and his businesses, his decorations around the White House, what he does, what he says, the construction of this new ballroom. There's a lot of homage to Apollo. Everything's gold. Everything's about the sun god. Everything's about Apollyon. And I'm seeing some other connections there. There's a lot of people saying about the orange fellow being the AC. And to kind of get into the realm of our good friend Apocalyptic Awakening, Just Josh. The dude tries to like give these AC vibes, which a lot of people believe he may be the AC. Okay, good. At least you're thinking. At least you're thinking. You're trying to work through a theory, and I give you credit for that. I don't think so. I don't think so. Gives off AC vibes for sure. Sure, sure. To be fair, and I mean to be fair, FJB gave off stale pudding cup vibes. Just saying, just being fair. He gives off those vibes, but I don't think he is the AC or could be the AC. I think more along the lines of potentially a harbinger of the AC. Let me explain a little bit. If you think about your role models, your heroes, right? Somebody you look up to, you want to emulate. When I was a kid, I wanted to be GI Joe. I wanted to be like Snake Eyes. When I was a kid, I wanted to be, an army guy, which I did, and so on. Y'all know the story. Um, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a drummer like this guy. I want to be a race car driver like this guy. I want to be a basketball player like this guy. Or I want to be a football player like this guy. And you tend to have their jersey. You tend to have their signature brand of drumsticks. You tend to wear their shirts, their hats, put the Earnhardt sticker or drink MGD because Rusty Wallace was driving the MGD car or whatever, right? Your favorite team's the Bulls because Jordan played for the Bulls. You tend to emulate and you look up to that person or that figure, right? I gotta say, he's not the AC, but he is trying to pay homage to the figure that would be the AC. Okay. Um, Let me try to swap this out because we know that YouTube is playing games and doing the things, trying to get out in front of a couple things here. I think he is paying homage to Apollyon, which reading through doctrine and documentation and scripture and things and books and whether it's canon or not, whether it was kicked out of canon to give to the masses so the masses don't understand all this and they never have context and they never have the ability to actually carry any effect in, say, the spiritual world. No, they got to play the games and pull the strings and do all this stuff. Well, guess what? Get your butt cheeks tight. Okay. She's back down here, the little freaking ring tip. I, 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 I look at the things that we are given to have a foresight, not necessarily to know the future, but to have a little bit of a foresight, a little bit of a heads up, if you will. And I see that, certain things. The AC is going to die of a head wound and come back. Going to be miracles and peace and all this. Big push for peace with the orange guy, but no real peace. No peace. Head wound. Didn't he get his old freaking radar dish nicked? That is a head wound. Something or other, something or other, something or other harlot whose his wife was an escort that became a model and so on and so on. Say what you will. I'm just going by what has been written. Okay. There is no precursor AC. The Bible says those that are awake will know exactly where I'm going with this. It's not that he's the AC, it's that he's paying homage to the AC or who the AC is, the embodiment of the AC, the we'll say character of the AC. He looks up to said Apollyon, so he has to try to embody that guy. If ACR was my hero, which he is, I love you, brother. I would be trying to grow out what little hair I have, grow my beard down. I would be wearing the black t-shirt with the vest. I'd buy a kayak. I'd only be drinking beers from Texas, smoking the exact same cigars as him. I'd get rid of my other stuff and I'd buy a PSA dagger and sniper green, and I my next dog, I'd get a Malinois. I'd be emulating that guy. I'd be emulating ACR. He's my brother and I love him dearly, but I'm not emulating him. There's something that is sticking out to me as being a harbinger. Not necessarily the guy, but the guy that's kind of creating the air and the vibe and the feel and setting the tone, creating the climate. You want to talk about a man of lawlessness. There's a lot of lawlessness right now because a soldier bets on his own team for doing the things that they're going to do, and he gets right. But it's okay for the upper echelon of the little g to constantly be betting on other things with insider trading, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. Let it get just nope, blind eye, right? But the soldier does it, bets on his own team, and then they want to just oh, he's definitely a man of lawlessness, my friend. Nope, I'm right there, Watchman. I'm right there, Watchman. Yep, I get it. Where it's getting hot and humid, dude. It is. We had snow this past Monday. Snow, it was like 20 degrees. Come Wednesday, Thursday, it was like 80, 85 degrees and hot as all get out. Welcome to the apocalypse, aka Pennsylvania. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not I'm there thinking he is the harbinger, not the guy, but I thinking he is the harbinger of just not to get deep into the stuff, but if I'm remembering correctly, being bald and drinking and, Metal's been drinking literally like a half a beer. But if I'm not mistaken, Philip went on a journey and encountered a man, Ethiopia. And he started talking to the Ethiopian and ended up confessing to him and preaching the gospel. He ended up baptizing him and giving him the works complete to this man from Ethiopia who went back and they put it into like protection and started raising Christianity. The entire country of Ethiopia was never invaded. It was surrounded. If you look at the history, it was always surrounded by its enemies. They tried to invade it, but they never were able to like do anything with it. It was always protected. There's looking at history and cross-referencing other things biblically, apocryphal stuff like that. There's a lot of really cool stuff to be learned when it comes to tactics, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to day to day life and dealing with people. There is a lot there, a lot of lessons to be learned. So I'm just gonna say it's worth studying. It's worth studying. Probably pound for pound one of the most complete tactical handbooks ever. No, not Tactical Wisdom series or Guerrilla Dispatch Volumes 1 or 2. Not talking about The Art of War. Not talking about the Book of Five Rings. I'm talking about the Bible and the Apocrypha. There is a ton, ton of tactical information in there. There is strategy. There is like military formations, like FOPs, SOPs, like called a doctrine. There's like a crap ton of that kind of stuff in there. If you actually like read it and digest it and like look at it, you can take the Ranger handbook and read scripture, and you can see like correlation. It's actually pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. Washington State whales are washing up. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I do not think of the little season thing has been proven by timeline that it's not even a thing. That was actually an injection from the Gnostic viewpoint and purview to kind of push through. It's part of like a new age movement, right? The Gnostics really started pushing in that little season theory, and I can take you to Free of the Rabbits and my boy Joel Thomas. Get your butt cheeks tight. Joel Thomas has broke down that little season thing and like completely debunked it. There is like, if you just look at the timeline itself, it takes away from our actual chronological timeline that there's a lot of stuff that would have not happened in recorded history if that was true. As far as trib, there's the pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib stuff in the all that. I don't think we're even there yet. I don't think we're there yet. I don't. I don't. I don't think we're there yet. We are like in the days of Noah, but yet again, we aren't seeing the giants walking around. We're not seeing all the, there's more sightings of Bigfoot now than ever before. There's more evidence of Dogman and all the cryptids and stuff, right? I was just watching something about Bigfoot Society here in my county, Somerset County, like a few weeks ago in the morning. Lady's like, "Is this Bigfoot or something?" She like took the video, sent it to Bigfoot Society. He did a video on it. I'm like, that ain't no Squatch. That is no Sam Squatch. If anything, that is Dog Man. That is Dog Man doing his thing. But there's more signs of that. There's more signs of like all the cryptids and stuff. There's more signs of all that kind of stuff, as in the days of Noah. We're seeing the perversion, the nasty, the weird, the wild, the whatever, as in the days of Noah. But I don't think we're quite there to like the precipice yet. If you're willing to read, I'm willing to listen. Tell you what, Lark, it's all out there on audio files. Get on your device, get on your device, go to audio streaming services like Spotify and Podbean and Amazon and stuff. You can even just go to a regular Google search. You can find this stuff on audio that you can listen. The sacrifice of the red heifer is the next step. Allegedly, supposedly, they have already done so, but I don't know. But I could see that happening here versus over there. What I think is kind of interesting is with their whole thing for their pull for that red heifer. And I talked about this on the podcast well over a year ago, like 2 years ago. Talked about it on the podcast with the whole red heifer thing, is they were getting their red heifers from a farm down in Texas and sending them over to Izzy to be inspected by the rabbis, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, all those guys. Um, yeah, they still exist. A lot of them run our government. Just saying, but they had to do their inspections, and they didn't find one that was absolutely perfect. But I don't think that they're going to send it over there. I think they're going to do it here. Just saying. Yep. Our buddy Mad Chad posted a video, EDC knife hands. So I'm guessing it's going to be about knives. That's another guy, Mad Chad. He is awesome. Great dude. Yeah, we got a lot of weird stuff going on. Not to step back from the prophecy, biblical stuff, the Watchmen stuff. Not Watchmen, but Watcher on the wall, so to speak, stuff. Um, yeah, there's a lot of weird going on with the military and stuff too. We got UFO stuff, like all kinds of UFO stuff. Yeah, 12 scientists, 12 scientists or something been disappeared or unalived or whatever the case. That's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. I'm not. What I think is interesting is the one chick. Allegedly, she died of a self-inflicted unaliving um a couple years ago. But in all of her content that she ever put out, she always said, "I am not unalividal, right? I don't have any intention of ever doing that. I am in a good place. I'm happy. My heart's good. I'm in a great place. I'm fine. If I am ever unalived or not here, then yeah, there's foul play, and y'all need to be looking. But my name will be put out there everywhere." Well, it happened, and she's been like in the mainstream headlines that she had died. So and we got the David Wilcox thing, as Watchman said. So there's a lot of weird going on, y'all. This chick actually was working on anti-gravity tech, and she said it's not so much anti-gravity as it removes the effects of gravity and allows you to manipulate said gravity, whatever it would be, or not be in those essence. Um, she was saying about the technology has been there since Tesla. Well, if you look into the stuff with Tesla, how he died was also strange too. But he was best friends with the orange guy's uncle. So when he passed away, the uncle allegedly got all the tech and all that stuff. And it's kind of weird that all the disclosure about all this stuff and all like the tipping and just like catching the edge of it is all happening under the orange fellow's tenure. My question is, why didn't it happen during the first term? I got questions. I just saw Hudson popped up on my notification board. He must put a video out or something. But oh, Hudson's live as well. Well, that's a damn shame because I'd love to have Hudson here, or I'd love to be on Hudson's chat. But yeah, with that whole thing with the tech has been around since back then, and now the Orange Man is disclosing the stuff during his second term. What? What? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Now that I've driven away most of the people on the live, I'm gonna put in a chew. And Pilgrim, it's all just fake and gay. It's all just fake and gay. Cheers. Oh, but yeah, that's kind of the weird stuff. The weird stuff. We'll just say that for now. I am going to get into more of a deep dive on this kind of stuff. I've been holding off doing a podcast. I haven't done a podcast since. I'm not calling my live streams here or live streams with the other dudes. I'm not calling any of this podcast. I do that on Spotify, dedicated there, because I can get away with saying things and doing things there that I cannot in this space. They still like to like smack my PP, but it's never nearly as bad as what happens here. So I'm trying to put something together for that where I can go more in depth on it. to not lose the space where I come and like hang out and chat with all y'all and jump into the other live streams and we have a good time and mix it up and everything else. The internet version of Cheers. I don't want to take that away. So I want to try and talk about that stuff over there. So if you're not doing so, make sure you're following the podcast over there. I haven't done one since January, but there is like 80 some episodes to get you through. Some of it may be redundant, but that is based on the email feedback that I got from listeners wanting to hear more about the same thing that I just covered, but in an expanded version, or maybe take this exit ramp instead of that exit ramp, or get more into this or a little bit more than that. So I tailored the podcast to what I needed to say over there, but also to the listener feedback. So you may hear things a couple times, but it's because it was requested by the listeners. I can get into that stuff over there. I cannot hear. So yeah, putting something together for over there. Also working on something for our good friend Bobby Bama. Um, Working on something for him in the brigade. I'm not going to bring it up right now, but I'm working on something for him. Um, so yeah, y'all will get to anybody involved with the Bobby Bammer Brigade. Y'all gonna catch that when it comes out. Watchman, always good to see you, my friend. Take care. Have a good one. But yeah, it's a it's a fun time we're living in, isn't it, folks? Much like EDC and ACR are saying, always have it on you, always on us. Yeah, make sure you always got it on you. If you can't have it on you for some reason, make sure you have something you can use to get to the thing you should have on you or close by. Wife and I were down here watching a movie the other night. No, I'm sorry, we were not watching a movie. I lied. We were watching a replay of wrestling. Lately, I've gotten back into wrestling. I blame the kids. Got me into it again. I used to love watching it when I was a kid and growing up. Got away from it. Got back into it in my like early 20s. Got away from it, and the kids have gotten me back into it because I find it entertaining and it's fun. And there's a lot of amazing athleticism involved. I know it's scripted and hokey and staged, whatever, but I'd rather watch wrestling than watch sports ball. Just my own personal thing. I find much more enjoyment in it. Um, but we were rewatching a pre live show, and yeah, I had it literally on the table in front of me. You never keep it away. I right now I have literally something down in my desk right here. Those who know. I have stuff behind me. I go out around the corner. I have stuff there. I go over there on the other side of the wall, and I have stuff there. Go upstairs as soon as I get up to the top of the steps. I got stuff there too. You know what I mean? Always keep that thing within reach, very close or on you. Just saying, because the time and space we live requires it. There, I was kind of hoping he'd be in here. Bad dream. He and I were talking yesterday. There was somebody was abducted from literally the shooting range where he goes. A girl was abducted from there. Like, what the heck? At a shooting range. So, yeah, always keep that thing on you and be tuned in to how to use it. Not just that, how to do all of the other combatives, even with it. Because I'm here to tell you if you have that, that's great. If you have that thing, it's great. But you should also probably have stuff like this, not necessarily a little survival knife, but some type of fixed blade. I've talked about it many times. Should always have that fixed blade or a pocket knife or something to cut and stab and slash and do the stuff. TMT, good to see you, my brother. Glad to see you, man. Dangerous Freedoms, good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining in. Drinking the Warsteiner German Pilsner. Just a little 4.8 horsepower, nothing fantastical. Just jumped on here because everybody else's lives were getting thrashed today by the algorithm overlords. So I said, hey, you know what? I haven't had enough punishment today. I'm going to go ahead and punish myself by doing that. So here we are. But yes, as ACR said, validate your empty hand skills. Like, whenever our good friend, Big Bearded Warrior, talks about, you know, the violence, being very good at violence, I have always said, have a monopoly on violence. When you're doing so and you're trying to defend and protect, you need to be good with these. You need to be good with these. And one of the unsung heroes that Jason Bourne and John Wick would tell you is you got to be good with these things too. The pen, the pencil. Be good with anything that can poke, stab, cut, slash, whatever, rip, shred, anything like that. Because there's a lot of times when you can work with a lot of things. This makes noise, does it not? Even with a whisper pickle on it, or, or something to make it quiet, it still produces sound. One of these bad boys, they don't produce a dang sound other than that's about it. These are a great tool. Just got to learn how to use them. And I've talked about maybe when I start doing my channel again, getting into that and doing more of the knife and hand to hand stuff. Um, I had too many irons in the fire. I got a bunch of stuff done so I could come here and do a live today. And I'm going to be doing more after I get done here. But while she was doing her nails, I figured I'd jump on here and chat with you guys. Come to the virtual cheers right here at TinMan-Metal's freaking YouTubes. Have a beer with my homies, hang out, shoot the breeze. But after I'm done here, then I got other stuff to do. Got wedding coming up here at the end of May. I got plans this coming weekend, which this space of my arm will be taken up by some amazing, amazing work. I cannot wait until it's ready to show you guys. I'll be wearing like long sleeves and stuff, like baseball tees and stuff, just to cover them up, so you're not seeing it. Because I want to unveil it. I want to have an unveiling of what I'm getting done. A couple guys already know, but the interwebs do not know. It's gonna be awesome. Very fitting for me in the channel, and like you see my little where's he at down here? My little Tin Man down here, and all my logos and everything, all my little artwork. Yeah, very fitting with all of it. Very fitting with who I am. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool. But no, I got a lot of irons in the fire. The wedding, getting some work done. I'm going on. I'm waiting until just after the wedding to go pick up my bike. I'm going to get that KLX 300, and I got a pack coming to me. I got for it. I have a chest pack that I'm going to get. Actually, the LAPG pack that ACR did the video on. Yeah, I'm getting that for my bike chest pack, so I can keep my uh, all my stuff in there for on the bike. My items right here on the chest, ready to go if I need. Got it right here. Um, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Rain gear. I'm gonna ride in the rain. I don't care. I'm gonna ride in the rain. Buying the bike, mind you, my truck gets actually really good gas mileage for having a 5.3 in it. Back and forth to work, I get roughly about 20, 21 miles a gallon. During the winter, not so much. I'll get about 14, 13, 14. But during the rest of the year, I get like 20, 21 miles a gallon. Even so, I'm looking with what I drive just back and forth to work. I'm dropping about $60 a week in gas. 60 by 4, you're looking at 240. I'm going to save money by buying a bike because my bike payment that I won't have for very long because I'm going to pay it off quick. But that bike payment and the insurance and what it costs to fuel it is going to be, and even maintenance on it is going to be far less than putting fuel in my truck. Now, mind you, there's going to be days where I just don't feel like dealing with the rain suit and stuff, and I'm just going to hop in the Silverado and I'm going to go to work. But the vast majority on the beautiful days, we're going to have more nice days than not here in the late spring, summer. I can ride that bike back and forth to work. But the cool part about the bike I'm getting, it's a dual sport bike. It is an amazing dual sport bike that it does street and trail. Um, it's not anything massive and everything else. I got a 300 because it's going to be skinnier for me zipping through the terrain, but it's got enough balls to it that when I'm riding back and forth to work, I can just go. And if I didn't do any whole shots, I can still get in there and do my stuff, right? I'm looking forward. I'm looking very forward to the getting that chest back. Um, I was looking at another one and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. I like that. I like these features and so on. But then when they literally like the next freaking day, ACR does a video on the LAPG one, and I'm like, I like that better. So thank you for doing that video and opening my eyes that that one actually is cheaper and better than the other one I was looking at. Kudos, kudos, good sir. Um, but yeah, I plan on riding the thing in the rain. I got getting the boot covers, the pants, the coat, the gloves, the everything with the helmet with Bluetooth to the phone, so I can ride and I can still, if I need to, I can hit a button that's built into the side of the helmet that has speakers and a microphone in the helmet to allow me to talk on the phone, answer calls, all that kind of stuff while I'm on the bike. And it has all kinds of features to it, and I freaking love it. Great helmet, really cool helmet. And I may end up taking it, and if I can convince that gorgeous lady sitting in the room over there doing her nails, if I can convince her to allow me to get a new airbrush kit and start airbrushing again, I'm gonna do some freaking really cool freaking Tin Man art on it, and it's gonna be awesome. But I digress. I digress. I was talking with our homie Britt Clark about bikes and adventure bikes and like dual sport bikes. He is a huge fan of the KLR 650, which is the big brother to my bike that I'm going to get. And he loves the KLR 650, and I agree. It is an amazing freaking bike. If I did not live where I live, I would get the KLR 650. And if I had more experience on a bike, I would get the KLR 650. However, I don't have that experience, and I live in the area that I do, that I feel that the 300 is going to be better for me when I have to go off road in the Minuteman capacity too, not just for fun, but in the Minuteman capacity. The 300 is going to be a better fit for me. Now, that said, when it comes to actually bikes for riding and having fun and cruising and stuff like that, down the road here, the wife and I are already committed that I'm not going to be buying a new vehicle. I'm just going to be keeping my truck and keep running my truck and fixing my truck. And I'm happy with my 14 Silverado. But we both love that Can Am Spider. I just love that thing. She likes it because it's got the wide front, the two tires in the front. It's more stable, so on and so on. There's a lot more machine there. I really like it. She really liked it. It was a great fit for us. Something she can even hop on and run if she needs to, because she is not as versed in the bikes as what I am and so on, and quads and everything else. She never really did a whole lot of that. So it'd be a great ride for us to be able to go out and cruise and go see my brother and grab a pizza or something, those kind of things. Maybe, throw a bunch of stuff in the saddlebags in the trunk in the front and pull a little trailer behind us and take a tour around the areas and such. It'd be kind of cool. Now, in a year or two, I will not be getting a bigger bike, unfortunately, Robert. The bigger bike, it would be the Spider. The 300 fits what I need exactly. Um, because whenever I go on the trails, a 300 is more than a 125. It's more than a 250. And most of the people around here have 125s and 250s. Nobody's running the 450s and the 500s and stuff. Like there's a couple 500s like old schools, a couple old school like what is it, CB 500s. There's a couple of those floating around, but they're very few and far between. Most people are running 125s and 250s in the trail stuff. There's more guys that are jumping in to that 300 for doing trail. The bike that I'm getting is not necessarily for me to just go out and cruise and ride like a Harley or an Indian or something like that. This is just a purpose task and purpose bike. I'm not going to get rid of my hammer and buy a sledgehammer when I still need a carpenter's hammer. You know what I mean? I'm the sledgehammer is going to be the Spider, like 1400 freaking CCs. I mean, did he sneak in here? Yes, he did. Good to see you, Lawfully. Thanks for joining in, brother. Hope all is well with you, my friend. I did say Silverado. I love my Silverado. The best damn truck I've ever owned. Dude, if y'all aren't not subscribed to him, well done, Homestead. My brother Tim. You got to check out his freaking Honda he got. He got a little like Honda moped kind of deal. That thing is sick. That's sick. He's been away from bikes for a while and he wanted to get back into them. So he went and he got this like moped type thing. I really will say it is a fantastic little scootamaloo. Okay, the the one my older brother has, it is a Yamaha Zuma, and that thing's great. Just a little puddle around kind of thing. Like if you're going to like a campground or something and just want to tootle around, that's great. If you're just rolling down to here or there or whatever, it's fine. But to do more, like actually ride it back and forth to work, unless you live in town or on the edge of town or in suburbia. If you live in anywhere rural, you're not really riding it back and forth anywhere. You're topping out at like 55, and that's like really on it and going downhill. It's a great little scootamaloo, but it's not quite. And I'm a big fan of Honda. I'm a big fan of Yamaha, and I'm a big fan of Kawasaki. Love those three. Nothing wrong with Suzuki. Nothing wrong with Suzuki at all. But I just don't have the experience riding on them. I actually had a Suzuki 80. Um, my brother-in-law gave me. I had to rebuild the carbs, get the seat reupholster the seat with a new wrap, all that kind of stuff, and clean it up. And he was going to give me my brother-in-law was going to give me the 80. Well, then he turned into a punk, and I don't know what he did with the 80, but it wasn't there anymore when I went back for it. So dude, those 80s Yamahas, ooh, they were just built different, man. Best friend had a damn, was it Enduro 175? Oh, that thing was sick. That thing was sick. We used to go on all kinds of shenanigans and adventures with that thing, and it was always a badass bike to ride around on. That Enduro 175 by Yamaha. Oh, and I think his first motorcycle was in 1982 Virago. First year they had like the digital display on it. They didn't have the gauges anymore, the analogs. They had digitals, and that thing was a freaking beast. Oof. But yeah, I'll be venturing into the bikes here probably in about a month and a half, which is going to be cool. Got a lot of birthdays, got a lot of events going on here. Um, a lot of stuff. I talked to Andrew about this. He's the only one that knows this at this point. And I'm going to tell you guys because you guys are like the coolest kids ever. So let me finish this beer, grab the next one, introduce this, and then I'll tell you the next little venture. All right. Skull to you with the Warsteiner German Pilsner. Um, it's it's not a great beer. It's one I drank just to get rid of. Now this next one is, I will say, Warsteiner's, the of the sample pack I had, the three Brewers Gold. It's like a Guinness Light. It's pretty dang good. That Pilsner is like, I've had way better Pilsners. Gen X Gemini. Good to see you, my friend. Tacticat was in here and she just decided, I'm going to go elsewhere. She'll be back. She always comes back. This last beer I'm going to talk about and get into here, as my little table fridge decides it's going to leak out. In this, as Andrew said, it's not a great beer. That Pilsner is not a great beer. As I get into this next beer, the Brewer's Gold, like I said, Guinness Light. Think of it that way. But it's light. It's not like the dark color. This is the Warsteiner Dunkel. It is not to be confused with Drunko Andrew. This is the Dunkel. Okay, Dunkel. Roasted barley malt. This little guy is fantastical. It is also a 4.8, but the flavor on it, oh, the flavor is freaking amazing. It tastes awesome. It tastes awesome. Let's get that crack. Cue the King of the Hills theme song. The Dunkel. Mm, that one is so good. So good. My favorite of the three. I've never had a Dunkel. I've never had a Dunkel that I didn't like, but I like this one the best. It's got like a coffee kind of vibe to it, and not like a bitter kind of vibe. It's kind of like a sweet mellow, and I really dig it. So if y'all get the Warsteiner Dunkel and you're into stuff like that, it's got a sleeper. Even though it's like a 4.8, it's still got like this sleeper quality to it. I drank the New Heel double broken heels, weighing in at like 9.2 horsepower last evening. Got it on recommendation of Covert Breakout. He said, "Dude, I love this beer. It's one of my favorites." And ACR can tell you about the lunch. How the lunch is not that good. I have not had the lunch yet, but I don't know if I want to. PB&J mixtape, I love. This is one of those that it tastes good, so you want to put them down. But having just a little tiny bit, little tiny horsepower to it, it's like, ooh, ooh. But this is a good one. So the Warsteiner Dunkel, great brew, great brew. Yes, they do, ACR. Dangerous Freedoms. I hope that you can get another bike. I hope that you can get another bike. Um, I've always wanted one, and now at 46 years old, I'm going to finally get my own very first bike. I've ridden my friends' quads, I've driven, all kinds of different stuff. I operate heavy equipment, I operate light equipment, you name it. I can run about anything. But I've never had my own bike, and I'm going to have my own bike here because I have the coolest wife ever, and she's like all about it. So the little something that's going to be changing here coming up that I think is kind of cool, and I'm very thankful for this, is not that she'd ever watch my lives or rewatch this in replays, but my youngest daughter, she is about ready to graduate nursing school and get her RN, and she applied to a job at a hospital she really wanted to work at, and she was hired on Friday for being an ICU nurse. So shout out to you, Turbo. I love you, child, and I am so very fucking proud of you. And I am so looking forward to all the great things you're going to accomplish. Now, that being said, somebody leaving out? Andrew, good to see you, brother. I'll be talking to you, man. Thanks for jumping in, brother. Um, that being said, we went over and I surprised her because she was staying over at her boyfriend's place. Um, Went over to his mom's house and surprised her with some flowers and stuff and got to talking with him. And it's kind of cool because he's kind of like me in the aspect he likes to go out and do stuff and dick around with stuff, and he's got his hands he can get his hands on some equipment and have some fun and do some cool stuff. He ended up making like a hiking trail and walking trail and like a mountain bike trail on their property because they got some acreage. um I said about maybe potentially popping over there and doing some filming for this year channel out there. So I have a place I can go out now to actually do some filming out in the woods that isn't my backyard, that isn't my front yard, that's not the cave, that's not the table out there in the bar. So I can actually step outside here and actually have a place to go because the other place that I would go, um, the schedules just conflict too much for me to be able to go there, and it's a little bit of a hike. This is like 6 minutes down the road, so I'm going to be trying to get outside. So when I get back into doing content videos, not just having some fun lives and doing some shorts and like the grind it out, I guess I'll do a video kind of thing like I've done for like the last little while. When I actually get into doing content videos again, I can actually go over there and do stuff, which is actually pretty cool. I can't shoot, I don't have a range, but I can do some cool stuff. So I can slap on the mask and throw on a rifle and full kit and do the things, like I said about the people you look up to and the people so on, and homage to the gentleman that wore a mask very similar to this one. I can do that same kind of stuff out there, so it's going to be cool. But anyway, yeah, I got a place where I can go outside and I can actually film stuff outdoors, which is really cool. Um, can do more survival type stuff. I can do more preparedness type stuff out there. I can do my schizo rants out there. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool, and I'm very thankful that they said no. You're cool. You're good. So I'm very happy for that. Very happy about this Warsteiner, this Dunkel. Great lighter beer. It's not a heavy one. I haven't been drinking that much with the kidney stone stuff. I tried like last Friday. I tried hitting the whiskey and wine, the WW correction. Didn't do much. Hit the beer a little bit. Had my daughter's bridal shower and had to go over there and high and everything and help tear down and haul stuff. But I didn't really hit much. I drank beer and tried to like flush it. It didn't work so well, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just drinking for the taste. I'm not drinking for the horsepower today. So, Dangerous Freedom says getting good on dirt will make you a better rider on the street. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, it will. It will definitely save your ass. Definitely save your ass. Um, and I'm going to say this too, learning how to do different things like I'm just going to say it this way for lack of better terms, trick riding, you know, learn how to pop a wheelie and control a wheelie. Learn how to do a slide and control a slide. Learn how to lay down a bike if you need to. Learn how to do all these different things like stop on a dime without going ass over tea kettle. Those kind of things are going to be crucial for riding on the street, but you can learn it in the dirt, and it's so much better. So much better. Um, I have learned how to do a lot of cool shit on a quad. I'm really freaking good with a quad, only because I had good people to teach me, and I didn't have that fear factor. I was willing to try something, but try it safely to learn how to do things. Learn how to pop a wheelie and ride a wheelie. Learn how to like ride on two wheels on your side and so on and so forth. How to balance on your side. How to like pop up on the front and like get it to like eh, turn. Doing those kind of things, I learned a lot of that kind of stuff in the dirt on a quad. Then I applied it to the dirt bike and I learned how to do that. same kind of stuff, but not four wheels too. And it helped me tremendously the first few times that I went out and I was riding on the street on the pavement, like you said about oil slicks and gravel. People cut grass and they throw grass clippings out onto the road and they don't clean them up. I always make sure I do here. But hitting grass clippings on a road is just like hitting ice. It's terrible. So those kind of things, learning that stuff off road helps you on road. Just saying. Yep. Yes, sir. Huh. Apparently, Lego sets are on sale at Walmart. They had to send me a notification to let me know that. I really didn't know that I cared, but here we are. Here we are. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Um, and once it settles down, and I want to get back out and doing videos. I want to get back to doing the podcast, but I got other stuff I got to handle first. It's more pressing, you know. It's stuff that's going to be crucial for me and my family to get done and get beyond. Once we get those things done and get beyond, then I'll be able to like do the cool stuff and do the fun stuff and get to doing the things. That's exactly it, Gen X. Anytime I mow the lawn, I always mow in for like the first three passes or so. Then I blow out with the shoot. When I'm done, I take the freaking blower and I go up the road or go up our street, road over at my parents' place and street here to blow all the grass back into the grass. I do not let any grass out on the road. That's just being a bad American, in my opinion. I totally agree, Robert. It should be because it should be considered attempted murder at minimum. At minimum. Just saying. That being said, I am not on a bike yet. I deal with two wheelers. We all deal with two wheelers, driving around, bikes, so on. There's a lot of people out there that have accidents with the bikes and they blame the passenger cars for and trucks and stuff for not seeing them, not paying attention to them. Okay, there are many cases of that. There are. There truly are. But there's equally just as many cases of guys on two wheels riding like assholes. Remember what I said before, good people and there's assholes. Good people and bad people. There are assholes on two wheels too. That you're sitting in traffic because it's rush hour in a country town and traffic's backing up and they're not willing to like sit in the flow of traffic. No, they'll go out in the berm and they'll haul ass past everybody. And then when the light turns green, they cut the person off in the front and then there's an accident. And that's that person that was driving the freaking car's fault because this asshole cut him off and came out of nowhere, passing on the berm. I've seen that quite a few times. I've also seen where they weave and cut people off. It's assholes are going to asshole. That's the way it is. Just be mindful, be courteous. Don't don't be a dick on the road. Flat out. Like that guy on that bike, if he had an emergency, okay, I can understand that. But don't go passing everybody on the berm on the right and get up to where the light is and cut somebody off and get hit because they couldn't see you because you were doing 70 up the berm on a two-lane road and you get hit and then you want to blame them. No, sorry, chief, ain't happening. Learning to pick your bike back up after it's been down. If it falls over, how do you get your bike up? Those kind of things, good to learn. Gen X, good to see you, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. Always good to see you in here. Pilgrim, thanks for tuning in, brother. Good to see you. Take care. Bad Dream was talking about you earlier, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we got some cool stuff. I need to talk with Bad Dream offline here. Um, we're talking about having some fun here coming up, and yeah, want to wrap with Bad Dream about that. Gonna be cool. Gonna be cool, and want to see what we can do. Want to see what we can do. But yeah, for the beerophiles, got the Warsteiner Dunkel, like a little 4.8%. It tastes amazing. That's why I drink it, not because it's heavy horsepower. I'm not doing the whole double fog monster or the Puka or the any of the rained out or the Rambler or any of the heavy duty stuff. Just having a beer for the taste today because it's a very tasty beer. And there, as Robert said, there's a lot of rider safety courses out there. One of the cool things, I've mentioned it before, is one of the things Can-Am does with the spiders is they offer a course on the spiders with how to run them, safety, rider safety, all that kind of stuff with it. But one of the cool things they do is they give you a certificate for like $500 off your purchase of a Spider or a Riker, which is really cool. $500, it pays for a helmet, but you also get that experience. And then whenever you go to insure it, you've already gone through a rider safety course. So then a lot of times you can get breaks on insurance. I've talked to a couple different insurance agents and they agreed the same thing. Like if you've been through rider safety courses, they give you breaks on insurance too. Which insurance for bikes isn't nearly what it is for vehicles, like passenger cars and stuff. But it's cool to do that if you have the availability to do so. That's pretty damn cool, Dangerous. That is pretty damn cool. I knew that um frogmen they go through rider training and stuff like that um for bikes and stuff like that. Um but I was not aware that the Navy went in that in depth on the bikes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool. Oh, hey there, DJ. Good to see you, brother. I'm looking forward to the, you know, I'm looking forward to that, brother. Um, I'm on the Warsteiner Dunkel. Like I said, it's a 4.8. It's not a heavy horsepower. Just drinking it because I like the taste of it. It is not gluten free, unfortunately, but it has an amazing taste. It's got a really good roasted barley malt to it. Um, Kind of has like a coffee vibe to it, like a sweet coffee vibe, not a heavy bitter coffee vibe. It kind of puts you in the realm of like the Erie Brewing Railbender, um, like a Scottish style ale kind of vibe, or like the Sam Adams Oktoberfest, which is my favorite beer in the world. Um, for no reason other than I love the taste of it. Um, but it kind of gives you those kind of vibes and those notes. Delicious. James, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in, man. Just need candy from the candy pimp. Yeah, worse. The Pilsner, DJ, the Pilsner is terrible. It's terrible in my opinion. I've had far greater Pilsners than that. It's you can choke it down, in my opinion, the Pilsner. It's just not what it could be. With the other stuff that Warsteiner has, it's not what it could be. This Dunkel and the Brewers Gold are both great. This is I think this is better than the Brewers Gold because if I want a Guinness, I'm going to drink Guinness, right? I'm not in essence trying to get a Guinness light, which is what the Brewers Gold is. So take it for what it is. But I like this Dunkel. It's good. It's delicious. Scooby Doo would approve and say it's delicious. Yeah. We don't talk about pilsners here. No, we do. We do talk about the pilsners. We have to acknowledge them that they are a beer. They're like the lower tier, like a step above malt liquor, but they are a beer, so we will acknowledge them as a beer, but it's not a go-to. Twin Arrows, good to see it. Good to see it, Twin. Yes, he is alive. He is alive. He is still kicking. He is doing the things. He is a busy man with busy time schedules and doing stuff, trying to get some shit did, and I get that. I feel that. I am always trying to get shit did. There's not enough month at the end of the money, and there's never enough hours in the day. There's never enough days in the week, never enough weeks in the month, never enough months in a year to do everything we always want to do. So I get it. So I get it. Like I said, Twin's been a busy guy. He's been a busy guy. But just because you don't see Twin every day and he's not out like he was, doesn't mean he ain't still kicking around. That some of us homies don't hear from him and stuff. And I thank you guys for all the birthday wishes, Twin. I'm acknowledging you, brother. Um, my messenger doesn't always work the best, so I don't get messages like I should with Messenger because Meta hates me. But I try my best to try and keep up with everybody and try and keep in touch with everyone. Sometimes I don't see stuff right away. I may see it like 3 weeks later. Blame it on autism or blame it on Meta. Either way, that combination of me and Meta does not work well. But I love you, Twin. And I hope you're doing well, man. Same with the whole fam. Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you, James. Appreciate it, man. Doing some weekend live chats. Okay, well, guys, make sure you're hitting the bell for all notifications with Twin. That way you can see when he does go live. You can get back in there and get back in all that Twin Arrows goodness. Yeah, Pilsners aren't bad every now and then. I mean, sometimes if okay, full disclosure, if we're doing like a chicken barbecue, I do like Pilsner with barbecue chicken. I like Pilsner with barbecue chicken because for me, like the heaviness of like the barbecue flavors and the sauces and shit like that. Like I'm not a sauce guy, but I will do barbecue sauce. Um, Depending on what it is, has to be a metal approved barbecue sauce because I'm very picky about those. Um, but barbecue chicken, I like Pilsner with barbecue chicken for some reason. I don't know why. It just tasted good. Just the combo was good. It was a good pairing. Um, when you get into the heavier stuff, because of the heaviness of the sauce and the smokiness of the sauce, I will only drink certain bourbons when I've had barbecue chicken because they get that heavy sugar content and it gets a little heavy. Just how I feel. Not that they're not good together. It's just certain ones I can drink. I tried one that I texted Andrew about. I tried a 1792 last night. I have not had that before, and I've always wanted to try it. And my boy Vonjamin, he had the 1792, and it was freaking fantastic. It was a great freaking bourbon. Loved it. Loved it. It was great. So yeah, that one was pretty damn good, and it's on the cheaper end of things. That wheel horse that I had here a few lives ago, it I don't know how much it costs, like retail or whatever, but I got it on clearance. It was the last bottle they had. It was $20, and it's a 101. 4 years age, whatever. It tastes freaking phenomenal, especially for $20. Um, Far better than Black Velvet that costs more, right? Who'd have thunk it? Yes. Ooh, DJ brings up a great freaking point. When we do brats, when we do Italian sausage, um, we do them in beer, in the pressure cooker, in the Ninja. We have a Ninja Foodie, and that thing is amazing. You do your brats or your Italian sausage in a Pilsner in the pressure cooker. Oh, amazing. One thing we always do is we will sear them off before we add the liquids and all the other accoutrements. Um, just because getting a good sear on there, you can never go wrong with a good sear. Good sears are awesome. I'd appreciate that, Sir Bobbert. Get a room ready for you. Yeah, exactly, twin. There's like different, even here in PA, we have different types of barbecue sauces around the state. Like you said in North Carolina, there's different sauces there. But like I have my own types of sauces that I make for barbecue and this and that and the other. I make my own queso. I make my own Alfredo. I do a lot of sauces myself, and they're different than the others that are in production and out there and people make. So there's all kinds of different sauces, and I'm really picky about them because I'm a foodie. As Covert Breakout, good to see you, brother. Drinking that Dunkel. Covert, have you had your Dunkel yet? Have you had your Dunkel yet? Thoughts on the Dunkel? Foodie lies, best lies. Boil first, then finish pan sear grill. Dangerous, always good to see you, man. Take care, brother. We'll catch you in the next one, man. Um, I we do the sear, and because of it, it's not that we're it's because of how we're doing it. We're doing the sear, and then we're doing a pressure cook. It's not like we're boiling. It's just we're just doing it opposite, so to speak. If it wasn't a pressure cook, I would. If we didn't have the Ninja, I would definitely boil it and then pan sear it. Yes, totally agree with you. But because we have the foodie, we do it that way, and it works amazing. Because we tried it the other way in the foodie, and it didn't work out so well. So we do it this way, and it works just the same. The end product is the same. It's fucking great having one of those Ninja foodies. EDC, my brother, what is up, man? In honor of our brother EDC, make sure you double tap in that screen. Find that little three dots up there, and go ahead and hit that like button. Give us that thumbs up, and always keep it on you. Always keep that thing on you. I got one right here in the desk. Right here in the desk. Always keep that thing on you. Yeah, man. EDC, it upset me that they were like kneecapping your live, whatever was happening there. They did the same thing to Covert and I um, here a few weeks ago when we did the Smoker Live when we were together here. If you're on your phone doing a live as a creator, you hit that to create, you hit that plus, it will allow you to resume your live. If they're trying to kneecap, you just hit that plus, hit that resume, and you're back in session. You don't have to end and start a new live. You can just resume the live you're in. Just saying if you're on a phone doing it. If it's on a computer, you're going from YouTube Studio trying to do it, it's going to be different. Here with Riverside, it'd be completely different too. So, but on the phone, you can hit that plus and get back into resuming your live. But yeah, yeah, the Warsteiner Dunkel is what is on tap for today. After I choked down the Pilsner, got it out of there. There's no more Pilsner left. Thank goodness it's done. So just having one of these and shooting the breeze. Got a little heavy in the beginning. Started getting into like talks of the AC and the harbinger of all the stuff and everything else. And yeah, it got a little heavy in the beginning here, but now we're just having some fun and drinking good beer, talking about upcoming things for Tin Man and stuff. Um, yeah, I've actually been spending a little bit more time on the drum kit here, which is great. Covert actually joined me when he was here, and he's the only other person that has played this drum kit besides me. Just saying. That's how close Covert and I are, like family. He is the only other guy that's played, or the person that has played my drum kit besides me. We had some fun with it. We had some fun. It was a great time. Great time. Love doing it. And yeah, man, got into some deep, heavy talk after that. Kind of brought out some stuff that I don't really talk about, and I won't talk about on this space ever. But yeah, he got to hear it, and yeah, it was a great day. It was a great day, all the way around. Great day. Um, Twin, funny you bring up that Glock 21. That Glock 21, man. Ooh, I want a Glock 21 in the worst way, but I'm not gonna buy one. Not gonna buy one. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make one. Dude, it was a long time but that I hadn't sat behind a kit. It was like 15 years I hadn't played, and it sucked because I used to play like every day, every other day. And I appreciate you thinking the kit's sweet. It actually is a pretty fucking sweet kit, man. Um, yeah, we had some good time. We had copious amounts of beverages on board, and then we both like he jumped on and was playing and stuff, and he was going to use his phone. I kicked on the full sound system and everything with the amp and stuff, and played from the music player versus just from a phone, and it was great. Um, then he played, and then I jumped in and played. It was great. It was awesome, especially an alcohol induced drumming experience. That's always the best. It's always the best. But skull to you guys, man. Yeah, the wife and I talked. We got our stuff done. She's doing her nails. I'm here doing this live, waiting for her to do her nails. If I get done here and she's still over there, I'm gonna fire up the music and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna spend some time behind the kit doing some things. It's gonna be great. Um, then we're gonna get a pizza from down over the hill here, and we're gonna hang out and watch a movie or two because this week I work later shift and I got stuff I got to do in the evenings, and we're going to spend some time this evening together as we can. We did last evening, did Friday night. It was great. I always love spending time with my best friend. I love her dearly, and she's just fucking awesome. And tomorrow is the goodest boy's birthday. The yeah, Magnus is turning 4. The gooey bear is turning 4, and yeah, he gets to have his goodest boy dinner, and he gets to have a Twinkie for his birthday cake, and get the goodest boy gets the goodest toys. So we're getting a toy for him and a Twinkie, and you're gonna have some beef tips or something. It's gonna be awesome for that little guy. He's great. Love that dog. Love that dog. So his birthday's tomorrow. So we're gonna get him hooked up for his birthday, and it's going to be a busy next like month. Lark and Covert and ACR know kind of my schedule in the next month, and it's going to be one thing after another. I know Bad Dream knows about it too. It's one thing after another, just an onslaught. Oh, Covert can tell you, Magnus thinks he's still a tiny puppy, and Covert's known Magnus since he was a little tiny puppy, and had literally has videos and pictures of him as a puppy when we first got him. He still thinks he's a baby, and he will probably always think he's a baby just because he is that much of a good boy. But yeah, man, I'm wanting a Glock 21 very badly, but I'm not going to buy one. I want to make one. I want to make one. I've done 80%. I've done a lot of machining. I've done a lot of that kind of stuff, and Covert was with me. He got to witness it. He was a part of it. Um, yeah, I want to build one. I want to build one up. I don't want to buy one. I want to build one. And I really like the color of ACR's dagger. So I think I want to do it in sniper green because I have never seen a Glock 21 in sniper green. Just saying. But the cool thing about those 3D printers, they go Bert. Yeah. I don't have one. I don't have one. I wouldn't mind having one, but I know a dozen people with them. So I just need some plastic printed out for me, and I can go from there. Yeah, man, one day at a time, Sir Robert. That's all we can do. That's all we can ever do. Twin, good to see you, brother. Glad y'all still kicking and doing your thing. Can't wait to see you guys back live. I'll give you a call here one of these days, man. It's terrible. I don't get to call anybody, and if I do, it's only like for a little bit, and I got to keep moving because shit doesn't take care of itself, unfortunately. Give Mama Bear and Maddie our best, and we'll catch you on the next one, brother. Mm-mm-mm. That Warsteiner is so good. So damn good. Dang. I'm going to pop me another dip here because I can. And the price of Zin, I use Zin, as I know some of you do. The price of Zin has gone up to like $5 a can. Like, what the hell? There is an alternative to Zin. Same kind of thing, a little bit more body to it. It's like a bigger pouch. Um, you can get it in a 9 milligram. It's called Zone. The stuff is like $2 a can, and it tastes amazing. It's like chewing gum. Covert can tell you I gave him one of mine. Those zones are incredible, and they're like $2 a can versus Zen of $5 a can. So yes, 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 yes. Zone awesome. It's same thing as Zen but better. Guys, I had Lark to going to what he just said. I reached out to Brother Lark and I said, "Man, you're an incredible artist. I would love to have you commission you to do a drawing for the wife for her birthday, Mother's Day of Mags, and put his name in like a script and like a flower on there or something." And my guys, he knocked out of the park. Once she gets it framed, I will bring it on. I will show y'all. Um, it's amazing. And like I was on video call with him and he got to see her open it and look at it and she was in tears. She loves it. She took it next door and was showing Vaughn and Haley like she's been showed our oldest daughter on video chat and was like she is so happy about that and she is so proud about that and she loves it. But I will show you guys once she gets it framed. Yeah, Zone is good. I mean, yeah, if you buy apparently if you buy Black Buffalo and you buy Zen at Sheets, it's cheaper by the roll. But even if I buy it by the roll at the tobacco shop, which I get a discount at, um, it's still like $5 a roll or $5 a can per roll. It's insane to buy Xanner anymore. What I found out the other day is a lot of the chewing tobacco manufacturers, snuff, chew, pouches, whatever, they're 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 not carrying as much. When we were there at our local tobacco shop yesterday, guy was saying that they're not carrying as much of it and keeping as much on hand. Something to do with credit with the companies and stuff like that, and they're not producing nearly as much chew as what they did. And I don't know, but yeah, if you can grow your own tobacco and make your own chew, make your own tobacco for cigarettes, cigars, whatever, might be another thing to get into with homesteading and so on and so forth. Just saying, having some tobacco around may not be a bad thing. May not. Mm, that is a good tasting beer, guys. The Warsteiner Dunkel. It's not a heavy horsepower. It's not like a heavyweight champ or anything like a Black Quad or a Double Fog Monster or a Rained Out or a Rambler or a Fog Monster or a Puka or a Caution Slippy or something like that. It's not like those. It's only a 4.8, which is less than Yingling in horsepower, but the flavor it has, the taste, ingredients. Okay, Let me go to the ingredients: water, barley malt, roasted barley malt, hops, and hops extract, filtered water. That's it, and it's delightful. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Covert. I think there's something going on with tobacco that it's helping us in some way. Somehow, some way, us tobacco users are getting some kind of a one up, and so now they're going to start hammering on it more and more. A lot of people like diverted from smoking and went to vaping, which they can put whatever chemicals they want in the vape. They can kind of put whatever chemicals they want in tobacco, but you can still get tobacco natural. Um, I think tobacco, nicotine, something is helping us in some way, shape, or form that they're having to quash on it. Just like EDC posted in one of his videos, he did a short where they're starting to limit ammo purchases. That's starting to happen now. So, hmm, I got questions, y'all. But nicotine and tobacco has to be helping us in some way. Otherwise, they'd let it alone. If voting worked, they'd make it illegal. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny. Not to get back into the whole war crap going on or whatever. But Iran allegedly struck a U.S. radar something or other, U.S. something that controlled weather, and now they're getting rain and snow, which they were in drought conditions otherwise. When they took out that thing that the U.S. had there, then all of a sudden the skies opened up and they started getting rain. Weird, weird. Wait, what? Sister Krista, good to see you, girl. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, just hanging out, having a little Warsteiner Dunkel, 4.8 horsepower, nothing heavy, nothing fantastic. It has a great taste, great flavor. Just enjoying the time, and I'm getting ready to wrap up here in a little bit. But yeah, Krista, you might like the replay on it because in the beginning, Watchman was in here, and we kind of got a little spicy. We got spicy in the towards the like first quarter of this here. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. But yeah, I think tobacco has to be helping us in some way. Nicotine has to be helping us in some way, shape, or form, and that's why they're really trying to smash on it. I understand the drought conditions and stuff, but man, if they can seed the sky to create floods like in WNC and in Texas that they've done over the last how many years, and they've openly admitted to it, they could do what they need to do to get a rain to help the drought conditions for the tobacco crop, for all the crops in general. Yeah, we need rain. We just do not need the BS rain. I'll put it that way. And yeah, DJ, when I get the thing from our buddy down south, whenever Covert and I get it, I will be hitting up Rainier and getting certain patterns. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Mainly off grid. What is going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Not drinking fruity beers, not drinking seltzers, drinking a Warsteiner, a Dunkel, um, 4.8 horsepower, roasted barley malt, delicious flavor to it. Delicious flavor. Nicotine does help with all kinds of things medically, believe it or not. Um, Tobacco has an amazing antiseptic property to it. One of the things I teach in the survival classes, if you chew or smoke or anything like that, having that kind of stuff, if you get a wound, you can apply that with a pulse, kind of like a poultice, and bandage it to help draw infection out and keep it from going septic. Tobacco is great for that. Great for that. It is a good Sunday beer. It's light, great flavor, not heavy horsepower. It's not a fruity beer. It's not a seltzer. It's just it gives you the vibe of like a Sam Adams Oktoberfest, or like a Erie Brewing Railbender or something like that. They're it's freaking great, freaking great. What Covert said is true. That's one of the things that's going to be in the upcoming after we can do that project. Um, yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna do some dog man hunting over to his place because he's got some cryptids over his way, and we're going to go out and we're gonna go hunt the dog man. Yeah, so you guys will get to come along with us on that journey to hunt the dog man, and we're going to do it both on this channel and on his. So make sure you're subscribed to Covert Breakout as well because it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool. Oh man, chilling in a hammock. Oh, been a minute since I've been in a hammock. Yep, exactly what DJ said there. Yep, works great for getting rid of parasites because they hate tobacco. They hate it. Oh, get my hands and wrists ready because I'm going to go jump on that kit. I'm going to go jump on that drum kit over there, and it's going to be awesome. Um, one of these days, if I could ever, I have to figure out if I can get past like copyright BS and so on and so forth. I might set things up to record, like to live while I'm playing. There's tons of people that go on here and they do live streams while they're playing guitars and stuff like that. I just have never set it up to do that to actually play drums on the YouTubes. My hidden drum channel I have here on YouTube, um, my main channel, so to speak. That's not my main channel. Um, I recorded stuff to upload to that, but I don't know. I got hit with a copyright for one song on that channel, but I don't see how these percussion drummer hit copyright. with one once because I learned how to play the song from the drummer that wrote the damn song. And they said it was an exact copy, like I was just blasting the music. No, I wasn't just playing the music. I was playing the damn drum part. Whatever. Let me screenshot that, DJ. Bang. Yeah, mainly I'm a drummer, man. I've been playing drums for, oh God, like 35 years. Yeah, there's a drum kit over there. It is a Ludwig kit. I also have other elements. It's like Franken kit otherwise. Um, Floor tom from my old um, sub Pearl beginner kit. I have a side snare off to the side, jam block, crash rides, crash, China's, splashes, Sabians, Zildjians, Cambers, Manels. I have like a whole Franken kit over here. It's like a 7 or 8 piece or something like that. I'm used to playing an 8 piece with double bass. I haven't had a double bass in many years, and I'm looking at getting a double bass set up for this kit. Oh, I love drumming. I do mess around with guitar a little bit because of my mom. My mom was an amazing guitar player. Um, my uncle was a lead guitar player for the country artist Crystal Gale. He he was an amazing guitar player. May he rest in peace. Um, I kind of got into guitar a little bit because of them, but more so drums, so I could play with them rather than just sit there and play along on the guitar and do the things. No, I was always had a thing for drums ever since I was a little kid, banging on pots and pans with wooden spoons. I wanted to be a drummer. So yeah, yes, DJs bands are freaking amazing. Love them. Love watching videos. Love listening to their songs. Awesome. Like you should see, like when I'm driving through town and it's a nice day and I have the windows down and I'm blasting his bands in my truck. You should see the looks I get. It's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Archangel, brother, good to see you, man. Hope all is well, Jay, bro. Sentence symbols, full set is a banger deal, and their pro quality, and stuff, great sound. Good to know, DJ. Good to know. Dad's only hardcore band. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't buy like an entire company's like catalog of symbols because I like different sounds for different things because I play different styles of music. I learned early on, and one of my mentors, Chad Saliga from Breaking Benjamin, Turning the Tide, Black Label Society. Chad's a great dude. Love the guy tremendously. He's a hell of a mentor. Great, great, great human being there. Shout out to you, Chad. Love you, brother. He also taught me that as a drummer, you don't know what the Call of Duty is going to be. You could play with a country band. You could play with a 50s, 60s sock hop band. You could be playing with a pop group. You could be playing metal. You could be playing rock. Anything to make that money. So you could be doing swing. You could be doing ska. You could be doing jazz. So learn all these different styles and how to be proficient in all these different styles. And Covert actually got to hear me doing that the other week, playing like a swing style in a rock song. He's like, what? Right. So it gives you of a more of a Swiss Army style, being able to play all these different types of music. and all these different feels and vibes. But yeah, I love playing drums. I play many different styles, and I go with cymbals and drums and tunings that work kind of like everything. I can blanket everything with what I got. I don't necessarily just like dive into Sabian because it's Sabian. I don't dive into Zildjian or Mantle or Pasty or any of those. I go with different things for different sounds for different reasons. Wife and I went to Salvation Army yesterday. Every Saturday morning, we hit Tractor Supply, Salvation Army, State Store, Tobacco Shop, and hit Beer Barn. Just in this strip mall, it's just like our freaking Saturday morning rotation. What we do, and went into Salvation Army, and I saw like in the distance, I saw this like I saw drums. I'm like, wait, what? Went over there. It was like two of three pieces. Not everything was there. It was like $20. It was a bass drum, and it was like a little tiny snare. And I'm like, they make a kit to turn like a little kid's bass drum. You can turn it up and use it like a mini timbale. And I was like, oh, I could like swap the heads on that thing, and I could get the long legs for it and turn it into a mini timbale. I could use that little snare and like mount it up on angle and use it like a piccolo snare. I could throw the snare off, and I could use it like a micro tom. It was like an 8 inch. I could use it like a micro tom. I'm like, that would be really cool. Problem, problem. I don't have enough room for any of that over here. When I get a shed and I get all my storage totes out to the shed, I'll have more room in here that I can set up a bigger kit. Um, I'm really into the he's one of my favorite freaking drummers, Portnoy. He has an amazing kit with like all the I want to put in rototoms. I want to be able to do all that kind of stuff. Like I play Avenged Sevenfold, and I want to be able to like add the rototoms like what he uses in like Nightmare when Portnoy recorded it after the rev passed. Like I want to be able to do that kind of stuff, and I can't get into all those other things because I don't have enough room yet. I have heard great things about Senate symbols. I have heard great things about them. Um, Jackson is a great setup. Great. Mm. I am a huge fan of the Fender Strats, and I'm a huge fan of the PRS. I love PRS. Jackson is up there, dude. That is awesome, mainly. That is awesome. Dude, Archangel, those Telecasters, there's nothing to shit at, man. Telecasters are awesome. Even if you get like a Strat Squire. I used to have a Strat Squire years ago, and I played it for years. After my mom passed, I inherited her actual American made Strat, and that thing is gorgeous. One of these days, I might break it out and do a video or something on it. But that Strat Squire is not a guitar to be shit at. It is a great thing to get playing. You can get great sound out of it. They work great. I I hauled mine all over the country. It was awesome. I loved it. I would love to get another Strat Squire that I can piss around with and not break out mom's American made Strat. I would also like to get like a little backpacker acoustic. So out back and sitting out there drinking beer or something, I can be like sitting there playing along, singing, doing the thing. That'd be awesome. I'd love to be able to do that. Um, unfortunate thing is the only song I know from beginning to end is Creed's Higher. That's the only song I know fully through, all the way through on guitar. Love Creed. Just that's the only song I know all the way through. I can piss around playing rhythms and stuff like that, but like to actually play like a more like mainstream kind of song like that, that's the only one I know the whole way through. Will Ferrell being a fantastic drummer, aka Will Ferrell, the clone of Chad Smith. Mm. There is the end of the Dunkel, guys. Great beer, great beer. Yep. Check to see if there's any last little offerings, but no, I killed it. I killed it. Let me check notifications. That's exactly it, DJ. That's exactly it, brother. But guys, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Let you guys get on about your stuff. There's a couple other folks that are live. Um, that you go jump in with them and everything else. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom. I'm gonna jump on that kid for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna order a pizza, and I'm gonna become a fat kid again. And I love it because we have some pretty damn good pizza right down over the hill here. So, guys, thank you for jumping in. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're hitting the like, subscribe, doing all the things, hitting the bell for all notifications on all your favorite content creators. Guys, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for joining us. And I'm gonna play you guys out here. Um, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find something a little. I might just. I think what I'm gonna do is this here, and just play the podcast song on the way out, or I'll play the Mando theme song on the way out, guys. All right, it's a fun one, and those of you that know, you know. So until next time, guys, take care. Good seeing you, and metal out. Maybe. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know.